My name is Blake Burns. I grew up in the Warsaw-Winona Lake area. I went to Grace College. I got my bachelor's in biblical studies and a Master of Divinity in exegetical studies from Grace Seminary. I grew up in the area, so I knew about Grace College for a long time. I grew up going to different camps and stuff for sports, and so I always knew Grace was around. Actually, a lot of my family has gone there. I'm the fourth generation now of Burnses who've gone to Grace College, but I didn't always know I was going to go there. There was a time where I definitely thought I was going to try to leave the area and go elsewhere, but by spending time in and around people at Grace, I realized that actually if Grace was anywhere else, I wouldn't even have a question, that Grace is where I'd want to go. After a couple introductory Bible classes and things, I realized I really enjoyed it, and so studying scripture in an academic setting was something that I really loved. And over the next 4 years, I was a biblical studies major. But my first pastoral internship, I did an internship in Columbus at Grace Polaris, and that was a really formative time for me. It was the first time I had gotten away from this area to work in a church setting. I actually grew a heart for shepherding people and deepening relationships, and that's not necessarily something that was always true, but I learned some of that, a lot about myself. I was a TA. I filled in for a class, and I taught a class in the introductory New Testament class, and afterwards I felt pretty discouraged. I hadn't necessarily done as well as I wanted to, hadn't connected as well, and so I sat down with one of my professors whose teaching I really valued and appreciated, and I asked him for some tips, and he gave me kind of three main things that he thinks through when he is teaching a class, when he's teaching a lecture of some sort, and I've kept those with me. They're really helpful for me. He encouraged me, and when I really needed it, the Lord used him to say things that I needed to hear. I personally grew over the course of my 5 years at Grace, between the undergrad and my master's, and so I think on a certain level, everybody wants to grow spiritually. Everybody wants to connect. If you go to Grace, there's a lot of opportunity for spiritual growth, not just in your mind, but in your heart. And there are people there that want to see that in you. That includes friends, professors, all across the board.